Do we have a bathroom upstairs?
We do.
Okay, I should take a look while I'm in here to take a look upstairs. Old bathroom, old floor. Where's the shoe?
No, the toilet's me.
Okay, visually, like your old door. Even got the number on it, eh? 153. Is this like Bathroom Avenue?
Yeah, we don't know where that came from.
I kind of like that. Exhaust fan. We know it works. Have we tested that by chance?
It doesn't work.
Doesn't work
Does not work.
at all.
At all.
Did he look at it?
He didn't look at it.
I didn't see that in the report.
No, he didn't look at it at all.
You like the numbers on the door, I'm sure. I wanted to come in and talk to you, ask you a bunch of questions. I need to get my tools, okay, and do a thorough inspection here.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yes.
I have my thermographic image camera just to see temperature of the ceiling. So the walls do appear to be insulated. It is the old insulation method. We have a lot of cold zones around the windows, the sill here. It's not that bad. The hood above the gas stove is 17 inches off the gas stove. We want a minimum of 30 inches of height. That's not how we do the electrical, my goodness. Minor, but major. What I don't like is the dryer line comes down and just hangs down like this. I've seen enough electrical, honestly, to know that I'm gonna call in Frank to have a look at it. I'm seeing a lot of open ground lines, no grounds, some correct receptacles throughout the house. It's a smorgasbord of electrical minor issues, but this one here, I'll call in Frank and have him clean up. Unfortunately, this is not a closet, it's a cold room. The inspector should have caught that. Now, Dave actually took this room apart himself, and since it's opened up, I want to take a closer look. What the hell's that? So this was probably a little window into the cold room, which was A, for fresh air. It is very small. It is just a little window. We can see this, but it's surrounded by what? Wood. What's on either side of this? Earth. What's the earth hold? Moisture. That's an issue. I'm not going to open the furnace and read all the information off the furnace until this room is checked and cleared. I'm just trying not to move the spores. Well, I don't like to see 15% of moisture content in the drywall when it appears to be fairly dry. Definitely have mold. We've had a lot of actual moisture in this area because we can see it across, really all across the wood. That's the bottom side of it there. The actual grade of the property, it is running south, and this is exactly what I want to see. But as it continues from the north side of the house down, we're being trapped on the back side. The drainage system around any house is called the weeping tile. In a home of this age, the weeping tile system will be in a series of short pieces of clay pipe that collects water at the base of the foundation. As water flows through the weeping tile, it connects to the main drain system and flows right out away from the house. Definitely needs to be addressed. Thanks for coming in, Steve, and actually quite quick, if I may say.
You're welcome, Mike.
Well, let me give you a little brief thing of what's happening here. They called someone in, and supposedly they got a level 3 on the mold in the house.
Okay.
The count was rather high, so I think we have the report. We'll let you look at it. But I want you to come in and give a report before we go any further in here and tell me what you think. Through my inspections, I see mold behind the baseboard, underneath the carpet. I'm more worried at the north wall due to the way the foundation and the grading on the outside is. There's no drainage there. This is like a bathtub out there.
We'll take some air samples down here to sort of confirm the findings from the other people who were in. And we'll probably cut a couple of holes just to see, what's going on inside the wall cavity. So we're taking total airborne spore samples, which essentially it's a plastic cassette with essentially a microscope slide inside with some sticky residue on it. The pump draws air through the filter and then impacts any of the dust onto the sticky microscope slide. And then that goes back to the lab. They pull the slide out and they count the number of spores and differentiate the different types of spores that are there. The thing that we're looking for is if the concentration in the basement of this house, say, is much higher than it is outside, then that's obviously not coming in from outside. It's obviously being generated from inside the house.
So rather than using a mirror, I have a light intensity that I can use. Look, we can see the mold right on the wall there. See that?
Yeah.
And we can even zoom in on it.
Yeah, we can see that.
So we do have enough mold across the bottom of this to warrant a removal.
Yeah, there's absolutely enough there to warrant removal.
Mold can be a very serious problem. That's why we leave it to the pros.
We're gonna seal the entire basement off, make it a level 3 enclosure. Okay. We're gonna set up a 2-chamber decom at the top of the stairs for our guys to change in, as well as we're gonna put negative air machines in here so we create negative air pressure. That way all the air for the rest of the house has been drawn into our work area.
So we don't allow it to spread throughout the rest of the house.
That's correct, yeah.
Here we go again.
Yeah.
I've talked to the homeowners. They've given me the clearance to go ahead and do as I see fit to make the house safe. Look at this. A pocket door that covers the freaking cold room. Right? And insulate the cold room. Don't put any heat in it. Obviously, it was full of mold. I didn't move anything in here, so I haven't even really opened up the furnace yet. Supposedly, all this stuff has spores, mold spores all over it. The reason we're going to bring in the plumbers in the laundry room, we do have lead issues underneath the sink. The sink is cracked. We have a hole in the pipe that is from the vent to the drain. That's not good. Methane gas is coming back. Your job, literally, is to oversee Brian and everything he's doing, you know, and then calculate when to bring in the foundation guys to give a report from that. I have a feeling we're going to be digging. I'm hoping not, but I'm pretty good at my instincts, and I have a feeling we're going to be digging.
Yes, sir. Give me the ball, I'll run with it.
That's what I want to hear.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
There's signs there that there's problems behind those walls. Look at that. So you think that's adding to the water problems down there?
Based on the report, everything looked really good. It was sort of exactly what we thought. Cute, charming.
You see it all over the bottom of the drywall. So we do have enough mold across the bottom of this to warrant a removal. To properly remove the mold and keep it safe, everyone working on the job site needs to suit up from head to toe, wear masks, and enter through a decontamination chamber.
I got the secret weapon. It's like I got the finger on the button. I got the big red button right here. If I need any answers, boom, there's Mike. So they've recommended I put this on. I'm gonna trust them on that. You sure they make a size for my foot?
We're gonna come inside, we're gonna clean all the items. Have a vacuum all the items, wet them down with some chromium.
So we don't have to throw it out.
If we find some item that maybe is in bad shape, we might throw it out, we'll make note of it.
Okay.
But most of it here can be clean and safe.
So when they started actually taking stuff down, the remediation people, they actually did see mold exactly where Mike pinpointed. I mean, that is where it was all coming in. The water was coming in through the foundation, like we suspected. It was seeping up the drywall, so there was a lot of mold in those corners. And once it hit the plate of the wood, it actually traveled down both sides. Well, it definitely looks like the block has shifted, and I do see some cracks in the block. It's a 60-year-old house, and it gives it a perfect entry for water there, and you're gonna see some separation when things shift, sink, and settle. I mean, everything's gotta go. We've taken the drywall right down to the cement blocks, and we're spraying to keep the spores down, and of course, the moldy carpet has all gotta go.